Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Hey, what do you say? Hey, folks, thanks for sticking around for another rockin' show at Getting Home Sourced, as I'm your host, Gianno. And of course, I always like to say it with me together. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're listening around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. For my first-timers, my newbies, thank you. And of course, who else? The engine that drives our Ferrari. My loyal repeat offenders. Love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing the show with people. Really appreciate everybody. And of course, folks, for my newbies who haven't listened to my show before, and of course for other people who have, got to check out the website now. We have it all revamped. It's refreshed. It feels clean. It's really, really cool. I think you're going to like it. And when we get into the show, I'm going to tell you about a little goodies that we put on there and kind of upgraded it a little bit. So stay tuned for that. Of course, my newsletter, please, folks, you got to get on there. A lot of good stuff happening. You got to go to VegasHomeSource.com, click on subscribe to the newsletter, and of course, subscribe to the show, folks. Tell your friends, family, sphere of influence, let them know this is the little engine that did. We're keeping climbing the charts here. We got to get the message out. We're getting the message out. People are responding, and we're growing. So thank you so much for that. And I like to touch on my concierge partnership program. Of course, we have Las Vegas, Cabo, and my tax benefits partnership program. So for Las Vegas, for people listening domestically or in the Las Vegas area, we're putting builders, we're putting other realtors, we're putting buyers and sellers together. We're making that happen. We're sharing in the community. We're giving back to the community, as I always talk about in my past shows. For Cabo, we're making those connections. So when my clients, customers, friends come down, you have two areas to choose from. If you want a massage on the beach, Medno Massage, right there for you. And also Kadoon Hotel right across the street from my office, which, folks, last week, big announcement, big reveal, Christie's International. So now I'm part of Christie's International. So thank you, Christie's, for having us in. And our office that was Oceanside, still Oceanside. So it's Christie's International Real Estate Group, Oceanside, Los Cabos. So we're getting them all in there for you. So when you're down in the Cabo area, that is the new compound. So I want you to come down and check that out. Of course, for my tax benefits program, again, folks, for domestic and for my international friends, when you're buying a property, investment, owner-occupied, what have you, you have to get it protected. What else better to do that than to go ahead and do it through a corporate entity? You do it through a trust, an LLC, any type of corporation that you want to put together. My friends that live the corporate life, we're the ones that put that together. Great family. We work all together to make it possible for you to make sure that you have the greatest asset, because that's what real estate's all about, right? It's asset protection. And where else than in Nevada, in the United States, you're going to get the highest asset protection. And also, folks, listen, it doesn't matter if you're living back east, Midwest, Southeast, Southwest, whatever. We can get you a corporation, any state that you're living in.
Are you sure, man?
And direct it out of here, and it's going to be phenomenal. But today's show, we are going to be doing another mailbag, because I've been getting a lot of interesting questions, kind of timely questions, I have to say. So I wanted to bring that on the air, because as I always talk about, I love the participation, love the engagement. This is what this show's all about, folks. You have questions, you have concerns. Hey, if there's even topics that you want me to cover, ask me about them. So far, nobody's really asked me about any topics to cover yet, but we'll soon see. We'll wait on that. But again, if you do have anything you want me to cover or questions that you haven't put on the air yet and you're out there, I had a lot of good questions. So we got our top 6 for today that I want to jump into because, again, folks, every question is a good question. And this is what makes the show exciting because I can get to read your questions on the air. And I haven't even met these people yet, let alone see them. But the fact that we're getting in there and you're really, I don't say hiding behind closed doors per se, but the point is you're getting out there and you want to know. And hey, I'm here for you and I'm going to bring your questions on the air. So without further ado, I want to hit off the first question. So we have it from locally in Las Vegas, Maggie M. So Maggie M from Las Vegas writes in, I love the show very much. I am very interested in your concierge partnership program. I currently rent and would like to buy. Should I continue renting or is now the time to buy? Thank you. Well, that's a great question, folks, because obviously I get that here, whether I'm on the air or off the air. This is a big, debate that people are thinking about. Again, they think about the market's going to crash here. They think it's like Canada. Unfortunately, we talked about that before past shows, thinking that Canada is going to come down, which it already is. But U.S. folks, not really. I mean, certain markets are going to be slumping than others. There's hot markets, there's cold markets, right? Right now for Las Vegas, it's a buyer's market. I mean, there's inventory out there. I post my numbers every week. You can go to my social media and check that out in my weekly post for the numbers. We're over 10,000 in inventory. We have new home builders, number 1 in the nation for giving 25% off base discount for brand new property. So again, to answer the question, there's really going to be no crash. So really, Maggie, it is a great time to buy. Why? Because of 2 factors. One, you have the inventory, so buyers get to pick. It's a buyer's market. But secondly is because, again, it's a buyer's market, sellers are giving concessions. What does that mean? That means that they're going to pay for your closing costs. They're going to buy down your rate. They're going to pay for repairs and maybe a discount on the price as well based upon the appraisal. So I know the rates are 6.5. They're going slinky and yo-yo, up and down, up and down. We talked about this, folks. I said this from the beginning of the year. It's going to be relatively 6 flat across the board for a while, at least until we get into the fall season. So if you're on the fence, take advantage of the seller benefits, take advantage of the new home builder benefits because they're out there. But as I say before, folks, if you're going to go out and buy a new home, please use a realtor. Don't walk into the layers den, the lion's den per se. You're going to get chewed up. You don't want that. You got to go in protection. That's what your realtor's there for. Reach out to your realtor, get them to walk you in. That's their job, to get you the deals, because the builders will not give you what their deals are, folks, if you don't go in with, a full deck. You have to have a full house, right, so to speak, playing poker. So get your realtor. And again, Maggie, if you're interested in buying, I'm reading your question on the air. You're local here. Let's reach out. We'll put an action plan together for you. We can get you resale or we can get you brand new, and you're going to get taken care of. And again, it is a flip market as well for investors. So investors that are looking to come into the market, this is what's happening, folks. Get a hold of me because sellers want to get out of their properties. They've been on the market for a long time. And really, folks, let's be honest. If a property is sitting on the market long enough, there's nothing else except for price. Price dictates how the market moves. And if a property is sitting and it's overpriced, it's shame on the listing agent for not giving the information, or shame on the buyer because now you're selling it too late. Your margins are thin. You don't want to be upside down. I get it. You don't want to bring cash to close. This becomes a problem. But again, you have to get with your local trusted professionals, like we talked about in the past before: attorneys, accountants, financial planners, realtors. They're here for you and they're going to make it happen. So Maggie, that's basically what I could tell you in that aspect. It is a good time to buy. Take advantage because it's not going to last for long. And by the end of the year, it could flip over to a seller's market, and now the buyer incentives are wiped out. So just please keep that in mind. So thank you so much. Now we go to question number 2. Question number 2 comes from George G. in London, England. So thank you, George, for writing in. He writes, cheers, mate, to the show. It's a great show. Really appreciate you putting it out there. I'm going to be in New York City to see the England national team in the World Cup and then head to Cabo. So that's great because I know England is playing in New York City. So that's going to be fun for all the England fans. And I wanted to know if this summer is a great time to buy. Cheers. So answer to that is, well, first of all, again, thank you so much for the question, George. And yes, the question is definitely great time to buy in Cabo in the summertime. Why? Again, two factors. First of all, it's going to be slow. It's quiet during that time frame, that July, August, September, because of the weather, because of the hurricane season. People kind of get nervous. And again, because of the heat, it is a peninsula. It does get warm down there, especially during the summertime. So a lot of people like to get out of town for a while. So with that being the case, they wind up, heading out. But what does that mean for a tourist coming down or for a buyer? That's a great opportunity because they're looking to get the property off their hands and it's been sitting for a while. And you can great deals, not only through new development, but also through resales as well, both in Cabo, both in La Paz, both in San Jose. So in that answer, I will be in Cabo in July. So kind of was waiting to spring that out next month and what have you at the beginning of July, but I might as well say it since we're answering the question now. So yes, I will be down there in July because that's going to be part of my breaking news and I'm going to save that for a later time. However, yes, George, take advantage, get in touch with me when you're in New York. And at the same time, I don't know when you're going to be there, but again, another reveal is that I will be in New York City from June 23rd to June 30th. And then we make our way to Cabo. So, George, if you're in the city, love to see you. And if I miss you in the city, let's connect when you're in Cabo or prior to, and we'll get you squared away and make sure we can send you some properties, get your feet wet, kind of see what's going on down there, and understand that summertime is the best time for a buyer in Cabo. Take advantage of the opportunity. It's slow. Sellers want to get their inventory out. They want to get it off the books. Great job over there. So, let's see. And also for England, let's see if they break the curse this year, George. I don't know. My Italian team didn't make it. Poor Italy. They're out. They never, again, 3 years in a row. Can't talk about them. It's very upsetting and depressing. But all I could say is that it should be a great World Cup tournament. I know they expanded it. I'm not a big fan of the expansion. But, hey, it's for more money. We get it. So hopefully England will do well, and cheers to them. Now, we go to question 3. And question 3 is from Ginger K in Los Angeles, California. And she writes in, your show goes perfect with my workout routine, your music and your sound effects. I just love it. Question, will you be able to do an hour show so it fits into my whole workout routine? Well, I don't know what to say to that one. I said, thank you so much. I mean, that's a great question. Never had that answer before. But again, I can only answer it by saying I'm not sure because one thing about me, I cover a lot of different topics, folks, as you know. And I don't want to do a long, drawn-out show because then it gets boring, it's uninteresting. And I know you've seen it before listening to other shows. You're just kind of like, wow, let's just fast forward to the end. Don't want that to be this kind of show. I want this show to be fresh, exciting. People are loving it, and they get engaged. So it depends. It's based on the topics. So again, Ginger, if we're elaborating on something that we have to focus on, we'll hit that hour mark. I haven't hit that hour mark yet. I think I'm around 45 minutes right now, so 15 minutes away. But I know in those 45-minute shows, it's been action-packed with a lot of information. That's what I want to bring. So if I do hit that hour show, you got to stay tuned, Ginger, and you'll check it out and see what happens on that. So thank you again for that. Now, with that being said, I do want to tell you that, again, with Christie's, we're going to be talking more about the new brokerage. When we talk about my brokerage up here, how everything is kind of that synergy and that excitement and feeling and getting that all together. So those are going to be future shows. And so, like I said, Ginger, stay tuned. And for everybody else, you have to stay tuned, see if we hit that hour mark. So now, with that being said, let's take a quick mail break. And when I come back, I got 3 more questions for you to answer, and we're going to dive deep into them. Stay tuned.
Well, it's going to be another beautiful sunny day today, and we can expect much more of the same over the next few days. You might want to do some of those outdoor activities you've been saving up for.
Are you looking for a national and international realtor for your real estate needs? Are you in the market to buy, sell, invest, renting, or leasing? Do you need someone that handles residential, commercial land across the globe? Well, here in Las Vegas, Gianno is in your backyard where he covers Nevada, Arizona, and Mexico. Gianno can help you directly, but wait, if you are outside Gianno's border crossing, getting home sourced has you covered. Because with our partnership group, Gianno is connected worldwide, but not only throughout the US, but like your Visa card. Gianno is everywhere you want him to be. So don't be shy. Call him, email, or even text as he answers the phone every day all day. Then guide you to his partners, because remember, at Getting Home Sourced, Gianno is the source of the source.
Hey, what do you say? What do you say? Thank you so much for sticking around on the back half of Getting Home Sources. I'm your host, Gianno. And again, folks, thank you so much for tuning in, just promoting the show, making it happen. I hope that, again, participation is key. I hope you like the questions that are coming in. This could be you, folks. So you got to remember to write in. I want you to do it. I encourage you to do it because that's what the show's all about, is participation. Whether you have questions or topics, like I mentioned before, you want to talk about, please feel free to do so. And how do you get a hold of me? Well, as you know, you can get a hold of me from my international friends, my toll-free G, 888-528-2810. For my domestic friends, just put the 702 in, take out the 888, same number. Email Gianno@VegasHomesource.com. You get on to VegasHomesource.com, check out the newsletter, all the tools that are there, MLS, Cabo and Las Vegas. We have newsletters. We have the Concierge Partnership Program. We have everything that you need and more. Really, the website is gorgeous right now, and I really want to get your input on that, so please let me know. Now, on with the show. We want to get to the last three questions, so we go to question number 4. And question number 4 comes from Jose R. from Buenos Aires, Argentina. And again, folks, for those that don't know, Argentina is the defending World Cup champion, so we have to see how they do in this year's tournament. So Jose writes in, I called your virtual assistant and it asked me if I wanted to subscribe to your newsletter or social media links and flyers through a text message or email. Is this something new where we don't have to talk to you anymore? Well, the answer to that, well, first of all, great question for that. That's important because, yes, that did come out. And I want to answer that by saying, no. You still contact me. You still call me. We're not wanting to not talk to anybody. It's the opposite. We're just giving back, as I talk about. This is a give back show. It's giving the information. It's giving tools. It's just making things easier for you so you don't get trapped going on other platforms and they steal your data, take your information. This is what I'm trying to avoid and protect all of you. So that's why I'm giving you basically the cheat sheets, the cliff notes, and you're getting all the answers right there prior to talking to me. But again, like I said before in past shows, I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to interrupt. Privacy is key. I know a lot of people get hounded out there. I know I get hounded on too. But the exciting thing is that this is why Vegas Home Source is special. This is why it's a family show. This is why we're a community, because we keep it in the community and we give you your privacy. When you're ready to come forward, you'll contact me. But yes, I recently just added the new features, folks. So when you check out the website, obviously it's going to be all interactive now. And so now through Miss G, if you want to get information and you want to get, previous information on property posts that I put up or flyer information, anything that you need that we got, we will send it to you via a clickable link through text or email. How cool is that, folks? I mean, that is really impressive. I have to give myself a pat on the back for that because I've been working hard to try to get that out there. Because again, with the timetables, the hours, we're all different around the world listening to the show. This is really a global show. It's a global international show. And sometimes we're not able to connect with each other. This is why it's important to give to you, and this is what we're doing. So thank you, Jose, for that question. And folks, like I said, you got to let me know what you think. Check out the website. Give me feedback because the show only gets better when I get feedback, when I hear from all of you to let me know how we're doing. I mean, we need to get improvements, again, criticism is key. I take it as a compliment because you have to know what other people are thinking in order to better yourself and to make everything else and make the show better, right? So that's why we wanted to do that. But I'd be very curious to see what everybody thinks of the website. Please check that out. I really encourage you. I'd really love to hear from you and see what you think. So thank you so much for that. Now, question number 5 comes from Lucas K. in Berlin, Germany. Wow, Berlin, Germany. That's really cool. And again, Germany going to be in the World Cup, and they will be playing in New York as well. So that's going to be exciting times for all the German fans coming over. So just wanted to kind of put that little tag in there. While I'm in New York, I kind of think that Germany will be playing. And if I remember correctly, I think they will be playing Ecuador in their group bracket June 25th, I believe. So there you go for that, folks. So there's a schedule. I just released it right there for my German fans. And, of course, for my Ecuadorian fans, right? So there you have it. Now, so Lucas writes in, your show's a cool show. For an American, you have a great vibe. I really appreciate listening to your show. You're very informative. My question is, did you change the rewards program? As I tried to find out on your website, and I could not find it, and I have a potential buyer for you. Well, Lucas, thank you so much. It's interesting. I was really trying to address that issue because I had to secretly, or silently, I should say, take the rewards program down. It's kind of a bummer, but due to U.S. regulations, I was not able to conduct what they thought was a sweepstakes, which really it's not. But for regulation-wise, they just thought that the FCC, which here is called the Federal Communications Commission, deemed it a sweepstakes. So I had to revise the website. Yes, I did take it down. The rewards program is still in play, folks. We do have the rewards partnership program. Just can't really advertise it on my social media or advertise it on the website and what have you. But please, if anybody is actively searching, or if you have friends or family or sphere that are looking to purchase, whether it be Vegas or whether it be in Cabo, Mexico, or just anywhere in general, and you need some help in how to get that person a property to either sell, buy, invest, or owner occupy, whatever you want to do, reach out to me. It's still alive. We could talk about it. And again, Lucas, we can work out and seeing what you're going on. But yes, the Rewards Partnership Program is still active. So just get in touch with me in detail. We can go over everything. So thank you so much for that question. Now, for the last question comes from Victoria Z from Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada.
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
I love that area up there. It's just tremendous. Victoria writes in, thank you for the free MLS you provide on searching properties on your site. I'm an investor looking to buy in Vegas as Vancouver is not making me money anymore. Are there any deals to buy in Vegas with good return? Victoria, thank you so much. That's an interesting question. I wanted to bring that on the air because it ties into what the first question was, right? About should I buy or should I rent? And the thing is that, yes, I mean, for investors right now, great time to buy in Las Vegas. You are going to make a good return on your money. And again, top 5 buyers that are buying in Las Vegas are actually investors, and then the mom and pop types. We're not talking about the hedge funds. We're not talking about the private equity firms, what have you. We really are talking about mom and pops that are buying the 1, 2, 3 properties at a time type of thing and getting their return. Why? Because right now, again, as an investor, you are going to get a discount. There are people that have portfolios that have tenants in them, and they just want to sell the portfolio out, and they're willing to walk away and get, deduct off their price point, so it makes it feel good for you on your cap rate, right? And we'll talk about cap rate another time. But right now, you can get between a 4 and a 5 net cap based upon the properties that you're looking for. And again, it all goes based upon area, price point, rents. Because again, folks, rents in Las Vegas have started to cool off and come down a little bit. It's not as high spiked as it was towards the end of last year and going into the beginning of this year. There is a shift. It is cooling off, meaning that you can come to Las Vegas and get a rental and get it at a good price. Now, before people say, whoa, wait a second. Well, like again, that's what I'm trying to jump the gun here by letting people know that there are higher priced homes, luxury homes. Yes, you could be spending about $5,000 and up a month for a luxury home. And you could be spending $5,000 a month for a big home, a 5-6 bedroom type property that might not be considered luxury, but because of the room size, it all depends. But overall, on an average, rental prices have come down because it's been more competitive. Because why? More investors are buying and making rental properties. And also, investors are buying what? New homes, turning around and making them investor properties. So that's why with all the properties that are out here right now, over 10,000 on the market, again, there's a lot of off-market properties too that are for sale. But in general, on a rental capacity, tenants now or buyers now have the best choices and options to get a lower price point, have a good tenant in there, to have a decent rent, to get that net 4 to 5 cap return. So I think that would be a great opportunity for you, Victoria, to get down here. So let me know when you're ready. We'll put an action plan together. And again, it's a big bonus for investors right now because, again, going into the mid-summer months over here, right? Again, same thing like Cabo, not as hot as Cabo because we have a dry heat up here, and Cabo is more of a tropical heat, so two different things. However, good opportunities will be had come in the next 3 months, I say, is going to be a great opportunity. So get in touch with me, Victoria, put an action plan, let me know what you're looking for specifically, and then we can touch bases on that. So with that being said, folks, that's the show. I mean, we just got to get those questions out there for everybody. And that's a wrap in this edition of Getting Home Source. So I just want to say again, thank you for listening. And I encourage people again, please check out, write to me, check out the website, check out the newsletter, check out and see what we got going on. All the tools, we're adding more things. Contact virtual assistant Miss G. She's there for you, and she can answer all your questions. But again, write me, email me, call me, text me. I want to get your questions on the air. Or again, if you have topics that you want me to cover, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it because, again, mailbag shows to me are like my pride and joy. They're my great shows. Why? Because it's you, the listenership, the community that are reaching out because you want to know what's going on. And you're listening to the show and you want to be informed and you want to know what's happening. And I'm very happy to give it to you because, again, what do we talk about? It's always actual, factual, and practical in what we're doing. Those are my 3 key buzzwords I'm going to say every week because it's the truth, it's important, and we don't have to make a mountain out of a molehill, as they say. We're just giving you the facts right there. So thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate everybody. Again, like I said, I'm going to be in New York City. Just a heads up announcement, like, basically 4 weeks away. We're going to be there from the 23rd to the 30th of June. And then we're going to be locking down July in Cabo. Going to get those dates figured out. So this way we can let everybody know what's happening for the next 2 months. At least this is what's going on. And again, reveal shows are coming up here soon, folks. So stick around because June's going to be a big month. July is going to be even a bigger month. And then going into the fall, wow, it's going to be really out of the box. So on that note, I just want to say to everybody, God bless, take care. And again, if you're in the New York area, let me know. Give me a call. We'll have an espresso together, maybe some cannoli. We'll have some pastry. We'll sit down and we'll talk and just get to know each other and see what we can do for you. Because why? Because at Vegas Home Source, we are always at your service. And on that note, take care, and we'll talk to you next week.
You kids, get off my lawn!
You have just listened to Getting Home Sourced with your radio host, Gianno Buonaguro. This podcast is a registered trademark and may not be reproduced without the express written consent of VegasHomeSource.com. For additional information about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, call or text Gianno toll-free at 888-528-2810 or visit his website at VegasHomeSource.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.